students, welcome to btech 360. The college I'm about to talk about is a college that is possibly a hidden secret, a hidden gem that all of you students who are looking at a good college beyond the NITs, IIITs and GFTIs that you must be looking at and keeping it as a compulsory option. The median salary of this college is 18 lakh rupees per annum and it places about 95% of its students also. But very few students from outside this particular state where it is domiciled actually apply for the college also. Before I move ahead and talk about this college and how you can get into this college and what are the kind of ranks, scores that you need, 3 requests that I always have. Please subscribe to btech 360. It is very important for us to know that you are actually subscribed, and it also helps us grow further because your subscription is an encouragement for us. The second thing is, if you want to talk about any particular college or if there is any college on your radar which you want us to cover, please write to us in the message box and we'll be happy to do the research for you and cover it for you. And 3, if you want to talk to any of our counselors, there's a number out here. Call up on that number or message on that number and one of our counselors will call you back. Now about this particular college. This college is based in Gujarat. It was founded by, in tribute to late Sri Dhirubhai Ambani ji. So it is founded by the Reliance Group. So money was never a constraint. And it always had the intersection of, it was always interdisciplinary in the sense that it always was having a lot of partnerships with the companies, corporate sector and academia. So the academia industry relationship that you're talking of is very, very high here. And most importantly, it always focused on interdisciplinary work, which means you will actually have 2 domains or 2 branches working together to create a common product. And this college, as I said, is based in Gujarat, but it's got a median salary of 18 lakh rupees and about 95% of its students placed. And most importantly, about 65 to 70% of the seats are for based on the JEE rank that you get. Let me talk to you about this college. And before I move further, this is a series. This series is the hidden gems of India, the best btech institutions that you actually have in the country, which are beyond the IITs, NITs, IIITs, GFTIs and those kind of things, which in my opinion, a lot of students ignore or are not even aware of. This series that we're doing is to make sure that you also keep these institutions as an option. And we're only going by data. It's not by perception, we're only going by data. Because a lot of students, a lot of parents only know the obvious ones, which are the NITs, IIITs, GFTIs and IITs. But quite a few of these institutions that we're talking of have a better placement data than what those 4 categories are. We've already done about 5 of these colleges, RB College, Thapar and a few others, SSN and so on and so forth. Please go and visit them and view them also so that you understand the kind of colleges that we're talking about. It's a series and the series is called Hidden Gems of India. Please visit those things also and watch this one also. We're going to do this over the next 30 days, 1 a day. We're uncovering 30 gems that Indian students must be aware of and keeping them as a part of your consideration set or option set. And of course, if you get into the IIT, the best IITs, of course you go there. But exercise your options very carefully because a lot of you don't even know about these colleges or don't even apply to these colleges. Whereas these colleges also have an all India quota where students from beyond their state also can come in, apply there and study there. So that is a series that we're doing it. Please understand what we're saying, that you must keep all options open. The most important thing for you is to be aware of what are the options that you have, what are the good colleges that India has and not just your state or IITs, NITs and IIITs, which is where we are doing this series. Please visit the other colleges that we've done while you come to this one. This college, as I said, is Dhirubhai Ambani Institute of Information Technology. As I said, it was based on Sri Dhirubhai Ambani's tribute, so it is called Dhirubhai Ambani. Now, when it was founded, there were 4 kinds of colleges at that point in time. In Gujarat, if you look at it, the first set of colleges was based on the freedom movement and all. So you actually had Gujarat Vidyapith and all coming in. It was in 1920s. Then later, a bunch of colleges came in under the Gujarat Vidyapith and Gujarat University also, which are state colleges. Then the third wave that came in was all about establishing the IIMs, the NIDs and all those things under Sri Keshav Patel and Vikram Sarabhai, who is a renowned scientist that India had. Right? So that was the third wave of colleges where scientists and industrialists got together to create well-renowned, internationally acclaimed institutions, which are the IIMs, the NIDs and even Ahmedabad University, CEPT University and those kind of things. This was the 4th wave, which started in 2000. And this is post-liberalization, where there is a lot of need that India had of creating interdisciplinary research and also having industry-academia partnerships. And this institution was founded on that premise. This was, as I said, we talk of the institute. It was founded in 2001. It's of course a private institution because it was funded by the Reliance Group. Spread over 50 acres of land, 1,509 students is what it has. So it is a very boutique institution, right? In the sense that the number of students that they intake is very, very small. But trust me, some of you who tend to get into NITs or IIITs or whatever, based on what your coaching institution tells you, is completely wrong because you're ignoring this particular college. This college has far better data and far better placements than many of the NITs, IIITs and all, at least at the bottom half of the. In fact, if you take away the top 5 NITs and top 5 NITs, IITs also, this college performs much better in terms of placement data, right? The total male is 88% and 12% are female. 40 students come from outside the country also. So that's the kind of quality of institution it has. And the faculty is 133, which means we're dealing with 1:12 faculty-student ratio, 12 students per each faculty. So that's again a very good metric because typically what you have in institutions is 1:15 kind of a thing, which is mandated. But this institution goes much beyond what is mandated and creates for every 12 students, you actually have one faculty member here. Now what is the kind of intake? We're talking of placements. So what kind of placements are we talking of? In 23-24, which is about 2 years back, the data that we have at this point in time, this is actually submitted to Government of India NRF. This is submitted for NRF 2025, which means that the data is more authentic and more correct because it is submitted on an affidavit to the Government of India for the purpose of ranking. It's submitted to Ministry of Education. Here, 390 students were the intake 4 years back, which graduated here, and admitted as 396. Graduating is 358 in 23-24. So remember, which means they would have gotten into it in 1920, right? 265 of them were placed, 72 moved for higher studies. And the placement percentage is 92.7%. And most importantly, look at the median salary, it's 18 lakh rupees. I suspect that actually between these two also, the 7% that are not placed would also have been placed much later after the placement season ended. But across the board, if you see 14 lakh, 15 lakh, 18 lakh, it's been consistently raising. That's because it focuses on interdisciplinary research and it also focuses on industry academia partnerships. And I'll show you how it works out also as you move along, right? Now, the number of companies that came for placement for 24-25, which is the latest season, is 150 plus. Total offers of 400 offers is what was made. 400 plus offers were made. The average for the top 50 was 37.52 and the top 100 is 28.65 lakh. So if you're in the top quartile of the institution, then you're dealing with about close to 29 lakh rupees kind of a salary, which is extremely good. And that is what matters for this particular institution, that it is very boutique, it is very small, focuses on certain kind of work and ensures that the best companies come and give the students the best salary possible. Now, what are the undergrad programs that this college has? The undergrad, and I told you earlier, it was a lot interdisciplinary. So for the ICT program, they have btech in Information and Communication Technology. That's the program. It's IT plus communication plus electronics and plus social sciences. Completely interdisciplinary. Then they have btech honors in ICT with minor in computational science. It is ICT, which is what we have, plus advanced computational science. Always interdisciplinary. You know how many institutions in this country actually add social sciences as a part of the interdisciplinary culture? This institution does that. Similarly for MNC, which is btech in mathematics and computing, you have mathematics plus statistics plus computer science. Then again you come to EVD, which is btech in electronics and VLSI design. It's electronics plus chip design. Right. Similarly, CS and AI, which is btech in computer sciences and artificial intelligence. It is computer science plus AI. Right. Similarly, ECE, which is btech in electronics and communication engineering AI. It's ECE plus artificial intelligence. So it is a lot interdisciplinary that you actually find it in this institution than any other institution, including IITs, NITs and IIITs. Which is where most companies go here for placement, which is where you actually have that high, very good salaries that are being offered. And the kind of companies, I'll come to it at some point in time, of the kind of companies that come to here for placement, you will be stunned by with the kind of offers that they are made. Now moving further, what is the number of seats? I told you earlier that you actually have some kind of a seat matrix, but 25% of the seats are reserved for through the Gujarat CET examination. So students of Gujarat can come in through the Gujarat CET examination, and 25% are seats reserved. Of the balance 75% seats, about 312 seats and about 15% seats are reserved for NRI and those kind of things, and the balance is all reserved for all India. So it's not reserved in the sense that you can all apply. But the primary examination that they take it is from JEE main examination. So JEE main examination, rank and a hierarchical order, that is preferential order, is what is created. So those number of seats, as I told you earlier, is 312 seats is for all India category. 25% is reserved for the Gujarat thing. So this all India category is through JEE main. This Gujarat CET, right? And 79 seats are reserved for NRIs and OCIs. So that's the thing. In all, you actually have 520 seats in the latest batch. That's the seat matrix for the 26th batch that you have. And admission through Gujarat is through admission committee of professional courses, ACPC they call it, admission committee for professional courses, ACPC, and you need to apply to that. And only through that, a Gujarat student can come in here, which is the 129 seats that you have. Then for application for, you must apply separately for ACPC, and for all India admission, it is based on JEE 2026 all India rank. So all India rank is what matters. There is nothing called reservation or all India rank, and you get in there. And selection is merit based plus preference order based on the preference what you talked of. And offer type is either confirmed or waitlisted is what you have. So if you're not waitlisted or confirmed, then it means you not got it. Right? So that is the kind of thing. You actually have 520 seats, 312 seats for all India category through JEE main, 129 seats through the Gujarat CET quota, which is 25%, and 710 seats are for NRS, OCS and those kind of people. Now, Gujarat CET, how does it work? You must be a permanent resident of Gujarat for eligibility for the government quota, which is the 25%, and eligibility for management quota also is available, which is the 69 seats that you have. And you need to have Gujarat studied in Gujarat in class 10th and 12th. Parents from Gujarat currently, yes. Students from any other Indian state are not eligible for the Gujarat quota. For the Gujarat quota, this statement, students from any other Indian state other than these three, permanent residents of Gujarat or studied in Gujarat in class 10th and 12th, or parents from Gujarat. Those three are eligible, but other state students are not eligible for the Gujarat CET thing, right? And eligibility for management quota, of course, anyone is eligible because it is up there for anyone, right? Now, these are 129 seats as I told you about Gujarat quota, of which for each of the branches, there are 6 branches that you have. For information technology, it's 30 seats are available out of 120. For ICT with computational science, 22 seats. For btech mathematics and computing, 22 seats. Electronics and real estate, there are 10 seats. btech computer science with AI is 30 seats. And btech electronics and communication engineering is about 15 seats. These through the Gujarat CET quota, in all 129 seats is what you have. Then what is the fee structure? It is all the same. By the way, there is the fee is same for Gujarat CET or All India quota, which is 1,92,500 per semester. 2,500 per semester is the registration fees. And then you have caution deposit initially. Hostel rent is 37,800 per semester. Right? And food on actuals, there is multiple food options available in the campus. The expense will be approximately 5,500 rupees per month. So when you deal with this whole thing, 1.92 lakhs per semester and all, you're dealing with all put together, the cost would be about 20 lakh rupees for the 4 years. Including the fees, the hostel and everything that you look at, you're dealing with about 20 lakh, 22 lakh rupees kind of a fee over the 4 years. But remember, what you have, the median salary is about 18 lakh rupees there. You essentially recover most of your cost in 1 year, 3 months kind of a thing, which is the possibility out here. And the best kind of quality of students will come in, because I'll explain to you the kind of ranks that they demand, and that is what will tell you the quality of student intake that happens in DA-IICT. Right. Now, how to apply for Gujarat CET? I already told you, seats under Gujarat category will be filled as per the guidelines of ACPC. The candidate has to apply to ACPC, which is Admission Committee for Professional Courses, Government of Gujarat, separately. So there is a separate form, and you need to apply there and come in here. Remember, this all happens because it's a private college, but it's still giving 25% seats to the Gujarat students. Now, Gujarat CET home state cutoff. Last year, what are the kind of cutoff that they demanded for you to get into any of this course? The 138 was the highest closing rank for btech in mathematics and computing, which means you are in the top half a percentile of Gujarat. right? And btech information 178 is the highest closing rank in the open category for btech ICT and with minor in computer science honors. btech ICT again is 394 was the highest closing rank, and btech electronics and VLSI design was 594 is the highest closing rank. And then you also have the category ranks also. You can also look at that. EWS was 343 for mathematics and computing, 465 for SC, 258 for SCBC, and ST was 828. And so on and so forth. You can take a screenshot of this. This is the highest closing rank, which essentially means that even in Gujarat CET, you need to be 99.5 percentile and above to stand a chance of getting into this college. Otherwise, you don't stand a chance, because the competition is very, very intense, and the best students from Gujarat CET also prefer this. This is the highest closing rank in the open category for BTech Mathematics and Computing, which means that if you look at the there are 30 seats here, remember that? So you just imagine what's happened. For the 30 seats, of the 138, 30 seats have been taken completely. That's how competitive it is of getting into this particular college. Right. Now, the All India category. I see the important thing here is this particular college also invites students from all over the country, and that is very important. And there are 312 seats, I told you earlier. There are 312 seats as far as All India quota is concerned. Right. 24th March is the filing of online application fee commences on, and online application closes on 1st June 2026. So you actually have a lot of time to apply. It's already just started. Announcement of merit list and all these things are decided. Registration and document verification at DIU campus for confirmed candidates is 20th July, and orientation program 21st, 24th July, and commencement of classes on 27th July. But you can apply till 1st June 2026. So you have time. JEE main rank is what matters here for All India quota, but you actually have time to apply here, right? Now, how many seats? We talked to you about 312 seats. 312 seats, of which ICT is 72 seats. BTech Honours in ICT with minor in computation is 54 seats. Mathematics and Computing is 54 seats. BTech Electronics and VLSI Design is 24 seats. BTech Computer Science and AI is 72 seats. And BTech Electronics and Communication Engineering is 36 seats. Right. So that's the 312 seats that you're talking about across the 6 branches that they offer at DA-IICT. Now, what is the All India category selection criteria? Admission to BTech programs will be based on the All India rank entrance examination of JEE 2026. That's the only thing, right? Which is conducted by the NTA, Government of India. Therefore, candidates who are appearing for JEE 26 main can only apply. JEE main only can apply, right? The shortlisted candidates will be offered admission, confirmed or waitlisted in order of the merit. Based on the All India ranking of JEE main. All India category candidates belong to scheduled caste and scheduled tribe will be admitted on relaxed criteria as compared to the general category candidates. In case some of the reserved seats are not filled in, the unfilled seats will be transferred to the general category. It's a private institution. They actually have something for SC, ST, but if those seats are not filled in, it is transferred to the general category. The Dhirubhai Ambani University, formerly DA-IICT, reserves the right to change the eligibility number of seats, admission policy and procedures. Of course, all institutions these days give that caveat so that they can change the rules. Right. Now, what is the All India category? Again, the same fees that you talk of, 1,92,500 per semester and 25,000 refundable deposit, 37,800 for hostel, and about 5,500 rupees per month is the mess expenditure. So again, about 20 to 22 lakhs is what you'll spend to get into this particular college. Right. One of the things that we don't have is what is the highest closing cutoff for the open category, for the All India category. But we now know one thing, that you need to be about 98 percentile and above to get into this college, and 99 percentile and above in JEE main to get into the branch of your choice in this particular college. Which means you should be in the top 15,000 to top 30,000 students in terms of rank in JEE main to have a chance of getting into this particular college. Right. Now, how to apply for All India category? There is one single online application form for BTech which includes BTech, all these things. So you actually have all the 5 in one single application form, right? Applicants have to select preferences in order of their programs of choice. Please submit online application form by clicking on the link, which is a link here. The candidate has to satisfy the eligibility criteria in order to her application to be. So essentially it is one single application, and you go to the site, put in your JEE rank and all, and start applying, which is what will happen here. Now, what is the JEE main cutoff? I told you earlier, we were looking at data, and see, we only have anecdotal data because DA-IICT or DAU at this point in time doesn't release the highest closing cutoffs or cutoff ranks at a program level for the All India category. They do it for the Gujarat CET because it's going through a proper counseling process. Others are applications coming into the university. So there is nothing that is there. It's a Gujarat government that's releasing the data as far as Gujarat CET is concerned. Here, because it's a private entity, the data is not out there in public. But what we did speak to students when we spoke is that for CSE and ICT, you need to be about 98 to 98 percentile, and for other branches, 96 to 98 percentile. So, unless you are about 98 percentile, you don't stand a chance of getting into the right branch in this particular college. And again, I repeat, the median salary is 18 lakh rupees, which is very, very good. Right. Now, what is the NRI and foreign category? 69 seats is what you have. OCI, which is Overseas Citizen of India, NRIs, foreign nationals or students studying abroad. Born or after 2001. Class 12 or equivalent with PCM, CS or Bio. 60% aggregate is what they're looking for. Board requirement must be recognized by AIU, which is Association of Indian Universities. So anyone who's studying abroad, you need to be that particular board must be recognized by AIU, which is called Association of Indian Universities. So this is what is an association. So any board that you're studying there, it should have been acknowledged in India by this particular board in terms of certificate equivalence. Then only you can get in. And additional proof, NRI, OCI, foreign status, documents required. Appearing students allowed provisional admission. Final results deadline must pass class 12 by 30th October 2026 so that you can get admitted. Right. Now, what is the fee? Again, here the last date is 15th May. Right. And of course, the commencement is 27 July 26. Right. And most importantly, of the 79 seats that you had, not 69, it's 79 seats. 18 seats are, 18 are in ICT, 14 are in btech honors with ICT with computational sciences, 14 in mathematics and computing, 6 in electronics and VLSI design, 18 in btech computer science and artificial intelligence, and btech electronics and communication engineering, AI is 9 seats. In all, you have 79 seats for the NRI foreign category students. Right. What is the fee that you actually pay? 6,000 per semester for the tuition fees, and hostel rent is $750 per semester, and food is about $80 per month. So in all, you are dealing with about $7,000 per semester kind of a thing, or $6,000, yeah, about $7,000 per semester kind of a thing, which will ultimately lead to about 8 semesters. We are dealing with about $8,000 is what you will be dealing with. Sorry, about 7,000 into 8, essentially about $60,000 is what you'll spend if you want to study in DA-IICT. If you're a foreign student wanting to study here, including all the expenditure, about $60,000 roughly is what you will be spending to study at DA-IICT. But remember, a lot of students come here. I told you earlier also about 50 students are foreign nationals studying in India, NRIs, OCIs or foreign nationals studying in India in DA-IICT, but they're paying this kind of fee structure. More importantly, you should know that the number of seats that are available are 79 there. So each of you can get into it if you're a foreign national or NRI or an OCI citizen. Right. Now, they also have a lot of scholarships. Because one of the good things about good institutions is that they make sure that a good student doesn't give up the space just because they could not afford the fees. The fees slightly at 1.92 lakh per semester and all can be slightly expensive for many people. So they also have a lot of scholarships to ensure that the best students actually prefer DAU, right? In 25-26 they have a budget of 11 crores. In 26-27 they have a budget of 13 crore rupees. So that's a very good budget that they have. Now, of this 13 crores, how are they distributed? If you're in the top 5,000 of JEE, right? If you're in the top 5,000 of JEE or ACPC rank 1 to 25 top 2, you actually have number 5 awards where 100% tuition fee is waived. And there's a meritorious scholarship, right? And of course, you need to maintain a CGPA of about 8.5 every semester to continue receiving the scholarship. Then other state board toppers, which is top 5 board toppers outside Gujarat, rank 1 to 10. Again, you have 5 more, 100% tuition fee waiver. You need to maintain a SPI of 8.5. Girls fellowship, they have JEE AR 1 to 10,000, top 4 girls, right? So the filter is up to 10,000. The top 4 based on that rank will get again a 100% tuition fee waiver. You need to maintain a SPI of 8.5. Then you actually have merit scholarship for top students with SPI 8.5 and above, 5 scholarships, 100% tuition fee waiver, and income criteria is not required. Merit cum means, which is 70%, SPI 6.5 is what you need to maintain. 8 awards, 70% tuition fee is waived. Right, and income should be less than 6 lakh rupees per annum. Merit come means 50%, 20s are there, 50% tuition fee waiver, income of less than 8 lakh rupees. So you actually have merit scholarships, state board scholarships, merit come means scholarships. So you actually have all kinds of scholarships that are being given here, and girls scholarship also you have, right? And then you have a DFS scholarship, which is top 5 SPI holders, 5 students. 70,000 per semester is what is given. Maximum 8 semesters you need to have. Right. So this is the kind of scholarship that they offer, and because of the scholarship, the best students, if they manage to get an admission here, and which is what is important for all of you, that you might wonder at times whether you will be able to get into this college or whether they can pay the fees. The number of scholarships that they offer, because first of all, the cohort itself is very small, 520 seats, and they have almost all to put together, if you realize, about 50-60 scholarships. So about 10% plus are scholarship holders getting up to 100% tuition fee waiver and at least 50% tuition fee waiver. And you actually have a scholarship for every deserving student who is getting into this thing if you're a topper at a JEE level also. Right, and then we come to the placement. I already spoke about the placement of 18 lakh median salary and about 28 lakh rupees being the top 100 students. Now just look at this data, right? Who are the companies which are coming for recruitment? Remember, I told you earlier that this is founded by the Reliance Group, which means that anything that they get into, the Reliance Group gets into, you actually have some kind of a calling where those companies will also come here for placement purposes also, because the relationship work that way. So here, when you look at the kind of companies that come for placement, Apple comes to here for placement, Microsoft comes for placement, Google comes for placement, Amazon, Morgan Stanley Investment Bank, Goldman Sachs Investment Bank, Sprinkler, Tekion, Bank of America, Client Joy, D Shaw, which is an investment bank, Altasian, Flipkart, Deutsche Bank, Unify Apps, Infocast Innovations, Media.net, Wells Fargo, Jio, Karza, Barclays, Search, TCS, Oracle, GE, Graviton Research Capital, LinkedIn, Nutanix, Scholar, Colgate-Palmolive, Hashdin, BNY Mellon, Futures First, Optum, OpsHub, Juniper Networks, Intuit, Happiness, Cloudera. So you actually see that the best of the companies are right from large tech companies to investment banks to manufacturing companies to young startups. Every kind of company seems to be coming here for placement, and of course the relationship that Reliance Group has also plays a big role in getting this going. We also looked at, one is what we study from what the institution says to the government of India or on its own website, but we also wanted to correlate that with how are the placements and we found that in LinkedIn, because we are trying to corroborate the data that's submitted by the institution in terms of the kind of companies that come for placement, with actually whether the students have got there and are working there or not. And the only way we could do that is by LinkedIn, which is a third-party solution for me. So we looked at LinkedIn to understand how many of the people who studied at this particular college are found on LinkedIn and what are they doing now, where are they working now, and where are they domiciled now. When we look at that data, we found 9,100 students who claimed that they studied at DA-IICT. 9,100 students on LinkedIn, of which right now 125 are working in Microsoft, 33 are working in Deloitte, 16 are working in EY, and 108 are working in Unify Apps. Right. Now, if you recall, Microsoft goes there for placement, Deloitte goes there for placement, EY also goes there for placement. You could have seen that in the names there. And Unify Apps also goes there for placement. But more importantly, it was important for us to understand whether big, large trillion-dollar companies, whether these students are able to study there or work there rather. Right? For that, we actually looked at that data. And when we looked at that, the data was very good because 42 of the students who studied in this particular institution are working at Meta. 20 of these students are working in Apple. In Amazon, 228 are working, Netflix, 2 are working, and in Google, 160 are working. So very clearly, Google goes there for placement. We know that Amazon goes there for placement and Apple goes there for placement. And that's why you see those big numbers popping up. And there is a great possibility that some of them would have got into Meta and all, because see, the institution is so strong that through experience and all, at some point in time, lateral recruitment happens, and Meta finds itself hiring a person who studied at DA-IICT. And that all is because of the grounding, the grooming, and the learning that happens and the skilling that happens at this particular college, which makes them so good that even the best companies at some point in time end up hiring these people, though not through the campus, but otherwise. Right. Now, We further moved ahead and tried to understand how the students are domiciled and where are they placed at this point in time. When we looked at that data of the 9,100 students, about 83% are working in India, of course. 83% are working in India, right? Which means 17% are working all over the world, of which 10% are working in USA alone. Just 10% people are working only in USA. 2% are in Canada, about 60 are in UAE, and so on and so forth. And Maharashtra, of course, is very big, 7% students. Ahmedabad is 26% students, and so on and so forth. And Karnataka, because of the software capital of the country, 14% are in Karnataka, which means they would be working in Bangalore. So very clearly, the students who studied at DA-IICT are finding their way beyond Gujarat, working all over the country and beyond the country, about 17% of them. It's such a young institution. Having 17% of its students working outside of the country is a very, very good phenomenal achievement. So the simple thing that we tell all of you is that please keep your eyes and ears open for good institutions beyond the NITs, IIITs and GFTS. There are some very, very good hidden gems in each of the state. The best that the state has to offer. If you notice this particular institution at 138 Gujarat CET common rank, Gujarat CET thing ends, which means the Gujarat quota of 25% ends. And they had 30 seats there. With that kind of a quality of intake that it has very little chance of faltering. So keep your eyes open, keep your ears open for all the hidden gems that we're covering. As I told you, we've already covered about 5-6 of them. We'll keep doing that every single day till end of April. Keep watching us in this space, and please subscribe to btech 360 so that you exactly know what are your options, and you also get to know of some of the institutions that you may not have heard of, and we will tell you, we will lead you into that right college so that you get into the best college of your choice. Thank you so much. Namaste.